Hello, everybody. Happy Friday. Oh, there we go. I don't need to move you. Okay. I think that looks, it's a little crooked. So I'm going to just fix this just a little bit. Oh, it went the wrong way. There we go. That's better. It's hard to look at a crooked mat. Okay. So happy Friday. And for those of you who are live or not live, as I'm kind of waiting for people to get on, I've missed you all. It's been kind of weird after I was chatting and scrapbooking live every day for, a month and then a little bit more than a month. And now it's been a couple of days. So it feels weird. And it also feels a little weird for me to be going back to a 12 by 12 format, because I think I've only done maybe only one 12 by 12 scrapbook layout in December, maybe one or two, but it's not many. So anyway, so tonight I thought I would scrapbook. I don't have that many photos to still scrapbook that I have printed. I do have some that are not printed that I need to get done, but I maybe have 10 or less to get printed, and they're mostly from the summer. So I decided when I went to work today, it was 4 degrees below zero in my neck of the woods in Wisconsin. And I think the wind chills were like 12 or 15 below zero, which is cold. That's cold. That's cold even for us. So I decided, and when it gets cold like this, even though my house is a nice temperature, it feels cold to me. So I decided what better thing to do than to scrapbook a photograph. This is from July 3rd. And I just realized this has a back to it. So, I guess the totals are here, but I'll have to remember that there's a back to this. Anyway, so this was a really super hot day. I thought it would be fun to remind myself of that hot day and to scrapbook. And I'm also going to give myself kind of a big challenge here. I think Rachel and I did this. Well, we used Christmas scrapbooking paper for our stash bash in December. And I took it then and used it on a layout that wasn't Christmas. That's what I'm going to do this time, or I'm going to try to do it tonight. So I have one of my absolute favorite collections here from last year, which is Pink Fresh Studio, and it's Marion Bright. Now I do have, these are the scraps and things. Oh, and I found another thing I didn't remember I had. So these are the scraps from Marion Bright. And then I think I have a little bit of, hey Barb. I have a little bit of Oh Joy, a couple of pieces of paper from that. So, but I think these I'm probably not going to use. I really wanted to focus here on Marion Bright from last year. And I kind of remembered that I had this paper right here. And this, or I said Pink Fresh Studio. That's because, sorry about that. That's because Oh Joy is from Pink Fresh. This is from Cocoa Vanilla, which is an awesome company if you've not used it. And I remembered there being this all over print here. Now there are some holly leaves in here, but they're pretty small. And if you're not scrapping a Christmas photo, I don't know that people would realize that that wasn't Christmas. So I'm going to start with this paper and then kind of look to see, and obviously I have a lot of this. I'm wearing an aqua. Now this is a snowflake paper here with Christmas trees on the back, but I don't know that you recognize it again as a snowflake paper if you're not scrapbooking Christmas photos. So maybe we'll try that one. Just gonna look to see what else there is. There's also this huge floral, which I love. Oh, but on the back of the huge floral is this really awesome peach dot. So that would be kind of cool. There's also this stripe as well. I use this collection a ton because I spent Christmas last year in Arizona with my mom, and this was perfect for Arizona colors. I also have this wonderful wood grain. So I'm obviously pulling mostly B-sides here. And here's another multicolored dot. So I think this is a gorgeous piece of paper, this wreath. And I think I have just a little piece of that. I do have a little piece. There is also this green tree here. Now, it has little dots on top, but they are not stars, and they're kind of snowflakey. But they don't necessarily look like snowflakes if you don't use them that way. So right now I'm just kind of pulling all the papers to see what I like together. Oh, and then there's this star paper, which is just gorgeous. But it has an awesome green gingham behind it as well. So I think, yeah, I've pulled everything else because the only other paper that's left has like a Christmas lyrics on it. Okay, this was the other thing I was thinking about is that, oh, actually I have a better piece here. So I've got this piece that I could use, but I also thought, well, could I bring this piece in somehow? And again, there's little holly leaves in here, but I don't think these flowers look like Christmas. At least they don't to me. And I'm just looking at this already, and I kind of like the way this looks. But let me go back to what I originally had here, which was this piece of paper, and see what I think. And I think this and that is too much. I don't really love that combination here, but I really like that and that. And then this might be kind of a nice, some kind of background or something like this. Could be the like matte for the photo. I kind of like that. Then there's also the option of this wood grain, like adding these in. That's kind of pretty too. I don't know that I think, sometimes I like to put in things that remind me of places I've been or what the picture was about. And I don't know that that wood grain reminds me of that. It was more concrete. Yeah, isn't that amazing that they don't look that Christmassy? I think I'm going to take these two papers out of the running right away because I'm liking this combination of these for sure. This felt really busy to me. Now, maybe if I did this, it wouldn't be, but I love these flowers and I want to use them. So since I'm making the layout, and then this is a neat piece of paper, but I don't think it will work as well here. This one I like, but it's very dark compared to the turquoise that I'm using, that I'm wearing, I should say. So I think this one's going to go. And then my last option is this one to pull in as well. Hey, Kristen, happy Friday Live to you too. I've been catching up on Kristen's December Daily, even though I'm done. It's been fun. So beautiful layouts so far. Okay. So I'm kind of liking this combination. The only thing that I don't love about this is that I do have two dots in here, although this one looks a little bit bigger than this one. And if I use this more as a mat, it may not be that big of a deal. But I do love these 4 patterns together. So maybe I need to figure out how to use those 4 patterns together, right? I'm just looking to see if I have any scraps. Now, the other challenge here is I have to embellish, right? So before I decide on, you're welcome. Might as well publicize another scrapbooker who's doing December Daily. And you're doing some very clever things with yours, by the way, Kristen. Okay, so I have embellishments. I have die cuts. I have 3x4 cards. I have some flair. And I have this gold star, 1 gold star left. Now, I probably could do Merry and Bright, but that says more Christmas to me. I don't think I need these, so I'm going to just put those aside. I have this sticker sheet, And it has a lot of Merry Christmas, but I've got to love this. I have these labels to use. I have this tag I can use. I have that arrow I can use, and I have a tab here. So there's a lot on this sticker sheet. There's a circle piece here as well. So there's a lot of things here that I can use. And even with the stickers, there's traditions, wonderful, love this, hello, happy, cherish. So there's lots of little word strips too, moments, magic. There's lots of things here that I can use and not have to, and people won't know it came from Christmas, right? Kristen, the best ones are the chunky ones, as I just found out. Then, so my other thing here is the 3x4 cards. And do I want to use those? Now, a lot of these have more Christmassy theme, but again, here's a little 3x4 card with a flower on it. I don't need to do it. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. And next year I have to remember these because these would be great filler cards in my December daily. There's a ho, 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 but there's also just these trees with the journaling spot, Christmas memories. Here comes Santa Claus. So I have to remember this next year. There's this one, the hearts and that piece. The one thing about this though is I'm not sure that with the way this is going horizontally with this piece, that these cards are going to look all that great. But I'm going to keep them here in case I decide, oh, that floral might be screaming fussy cut to you, but I can tell you it's not screaming that to me. And God bless you, Kristen. I do fussy cut them from time to time, but I think I want to use it just as a big piece across the bottom of the layout. So the first thing I'm going to do is cut the wood because I think that's a banner for me. Fussy cutting is not my favorite. I do it most definitely, but not my favorite. So this is the Season's Greeting paper. And you're going to hear Lucy because she's having a little fit, even though I've been sitting with her for hours. And I'm just going to check this. I have to cut the back of this strip. So my idea is that this is going to sit on the bottom somehow. And then, oh, I forgot to look at this too. These are the die cut packs. I'm glad you're laughing, Kristen. And I did see, I'm wondering, oops. So there's lots of hearts in here. I can use those all day long, right? I could even probably get away with this. Oh, what fun. That should be pretty easy. And I have 2 packs of these. There's a little tab there that says sweet. This little circle I could definitely get away with. I probably, if I wanted to, like to do a tree, like this little polka dot tree, is I could just cut that star off. And that would be really simple, you know, just leave a little bit of white there if I wanted to use that. There's this little banner that says Sweet Memories. Here's a little heart. Lots of hearts, so lots of different things here. And then I have a second pack of these because I loved it so much. I bought this collection twice, actually. I loved it so much. Here's some more of those. Here's another heart. So you guys, look at all this good stuff in here that has nothing to do with Christmas. This is I was thinking about this frame and wondering if I could get it to go around our scorecard. And I'm not loving it. It's kind of cutting it off. And the other thing I'm thinking about the scorecard, because there is a back to this, which is really the front 9. This is our total score here. And I got schmucked, but my boyfriend golfs at least weekly during the summer. So I didn't feel so bad about that. So I'm thinking I'll save this out. And I just thought about something. with this Oh What Fun, I could cut off the Oh What and then it would just be fun. And that would be really easy to do. So just looking to see, is there anything, this is the back here, anything else that I want? There is a nice little white circle floral spot here. And then something that I can't read that's on a tab. Oh, and then I've obviously used all these on other layouts already, all these flowers. So I have tons of these flowers to use if I want to mimic what's going on. So Joyful and Merry are the other two tabs, so I don't think those will work. But flowers are good thoughts. And then this is the other thing I was looking at, because this I could put up in a corner somewhere, and this could be my journaling. So that's what I'm thinking about for that. All right, I think I have plenty to work with here, and look at all this great stuff, and nobody's going to know it's Christmassy. Okay, and we'll keep some flowers out there. This I think I really might want to use. Okay, so then I think I'm going to cut down a little bit more of this so I'm almost to the border there. Just because it's pretty narrow at the top, because I cut this off of a piece here. And then I think what I'm going to do, let's see what I think about spacing here. I'm going to cut this off. I like this color because I think it's a really nice pop of the aqua top I'm wearing. So contrasting colors, blue and orange are, and I can't think of the word for it, and I'm an interior design major, but the two colors are really good contrast to each other. So I have two versions of blue and orange here, so the peach and that turquoise. So that really is going to pop this picture of us, because it's going to pop my top. So we kind of have this. I'm thinking what I might do though, I'm thinking this is going to stay on the bottom. And then I'm thinking tucking this in to frame that and cutting that off. And then maybe these two papers behind somehow. Maybe a little wood grain there. Maybe this even narrows up a little bit too. Don't pop my top. Okay, that's awesome. I'll try not to. So maybe show just a border of the wood. I like the idea of that. So my go-to when I'm showing just a border is to cut an 11 1/4 inch square. I do it all the time. So that's what I'm going to do here. And this is where this came from, is from this paper. This paper is just gorgeous. So let's get this down, because I know I like this. And I'll deal with figuring out the rest of it. So there we go. Yeah, I was thinking about this today, that I need to get back to making 12 by 12 videos also for Tuesdays and Saturdays. Okay, so now I could do this where I kind of interrupt that square, and then I think I'm going to cut this down. Oops. Yeah, sassy ATG. Oh my goodness, Lucy's having a fit. Oh my gosh, she's unhappy. She's not feeling good again either. So if I leave her, she doesn't like it. Okay, so I'm going to put a border on it about that big. Lucy, come in here. Oh, and I was thinking I really want this to be able to be removed. Let me see. I used to have, ooh, and I still do, these Fiskars transparent photo corners. So this is what I use when I want to put something on my layout, but I don't want to, I don't want it to be glued down. And I use these on lots of different things. On wedding layouts, and I use them when I use maps or brochures that I want to be able to take out. Oops. Usually this works a little bit better than it is. So I just put them on the corner here. And then I'm going to just pop this down like that. And then I'll put the other two corners on. So look for clear photo corners to hold ephemera onto your page. Let's get that down, and then that one down. Okay, then I'm going to just go ahead and cut this. And I'm going to go peek at Lucy really quick, you guys. I'll be right back. Okay, she's settled down and is just relaxing now. I didn't like the way she was making that noise, so sorry, guys. But like I said, she's not been feeling good. I'm a little worried about her. So then my thought is... So Barb, these are Fiskars. So here you go. So you can freeze the screen. It's Fiskars, just like the scissors. But I think you can buy them in office supply stores or in Amazon. So just do, these are transparent photo corners or clear photo corners. Either one of those two, you'll be able to find them. But I've had these for, these say made in Denmark in 2003. Let me think. Yeah, I could have had these that long, actually. And I'm looking at the store that they came from, and that hasn't been in business in 10 years. So obviously 250 of them are lasting me a long time, which is good, right? So if you can't find these, I know they make transparent or clear photo corners that are not this brand. And again, unfortunately, the answer to everything is if you can't find it in your local office supply store or wherever, it's going to be on Amazon, right? So now I'm thinking I don't want this to go all the way over. I'm going to chop this in a vertical. Actually, I'm going to see how this, okay, so that's 8. So I'm going to cut an 8-inch piece. Just so I don't have to cut through. And I haven't been telling you guys names. So this is the Starbright paper from Cocoa Vanilla's last year's collection. That's the gingham. It's Happy Holidays for the polka dot, the multi polka dot, and the peach polka dot is Joy to the World. And then this paper was Happy Holidays. Oh, yeah, because it's that backside. I love this too. That'd be a fun one just to do like a baby layout. Oh, thanks, Kristen. I've got a great vet, and I know, so Lucy's in kidney failure is what's going on. And I've got a great vet. We've been nursing her along, but things are not looking great. So, but thank you. They're really good. And she's a senior cat, you know, but she's just not happy at the moment. She's been very needy, which is not Lucy. Just looking to see maybe like this. I mean, if I would do this if I wasn't using this piece, but I really love this. Or I could replicate. My other thing is replicating. I could replicate that look with all these blossoms underneath, but that seems like it. Oh, look at this one though. But I loved that piece to begin with. I mean, I could do something like that instead. I'm kind of really liking it now better this way. Okay, this. Although what Kristen said before about the fussy cutting, maybe she's onto something here. How do you guys feel about me fussy cutting in front of you? Uh-oh, we've got people on here again that are, I don't know what it is, have found our way into spam. So I just got one. I'm gonna quick fussy cut this. I did it, I'm gonna do it, Kristen. Sorry about that. So back to work this week. Everybody back to work. My grandkids missed a day of school earlier this week because Wisconsin is setting 4 days in a row. We've set new coronavirus infection records. So lots of schools are waiting a little bit to return, and they've gone back virtually again. The kids in and what's happening here is that they don't have enough staff. I think I'm actually going to cut these berries off. I don't think they need to be. So the staff, they don't have enough staff. Like in their school system, they had 40 teachers out and 15 subs available. So it's not that the kids are getting sick. It's just that they just don't have enough people to be in the classrooms. Which is kind of weird to think about that. Okay. So here, and it was funny, I thought last November, a year ago, well, not a year ago, November of 20, I can't even think what year it is now. November of 21 was bad. It's nothing compared to what it's like right now. They definitely didn't tell us about massaging in a pandemic in school. Ah, that's crazy. You're talking about Winnebago County, right? So, just crazy. Okay. This isn't too bad. I know this isn't the most exciting thing in the world, but, and I'm not paying as much attention as I probably should, because really when you fussy cut, if you guys don't know this, whatever your cutting hand is, lock your elbow up against the side of your body here, and then move the paper. Don't move your scissors. And then you won't get like really choppy looking or those pointy edges that you sometimes get. And I'm doing a little bit of moving my paper there, but not too bad. And sometimes I'll do it like here. I've got a little bit of a pointy edge, but it was to match the pointy edge of what I was cutting. So right now I'm not even moving my elbow. I'm actually resting my arm on my mat. Okay, thanks. Yeah, I'm thinking that too, that maybe that's part of what it was, is Kristen just said that the fussy cutting is softening the edges. So, and by the way, guys, it took me a while to know this. So if you're watching this on replay, I'm guessing most of this know this, but I don't want to assume. If you want to see the chat and kind of follow along, there's a little button in the bar right below the title that says live chat. Just hit that and the chat will come up. So you'll see everybody else commenting as it happens. So it took me a while to figure that out when that happened. And I guess I've never talked about that before. And I thought about it the other day. I don't know why, but yeah, this is definitely softening edges. I think it's just going to be a little bit, it's going to make this better. Kristen was wise. I was also wise and listened to her. I wasn't sure I wanted to fussy cut, but hey, why not? It's my first live scrapbook letter. I was going to do my one little word, my invest word, and then I realized, oh wait, I don't have a picture of myself yet. I like to use a current photo, so I'll have to work on that in the next couple days. I'm going to need it soon. I've got a birthday coming up a week from Monday, and I always do, every year, I always do a layout that's called at and then my age. And it's kind of like things I'm loving, things I'm doing, that kind of stuff every year. So I need a current photo for that one too. Last year, the photo I took happened to be on my birthday. I was in Florida for my birthday last year with some good friends. That was really fun. Okay. I'm getting close, you guys, I promise. Hope I'm not losing people because this is boring. Okay. So I'm trying to think. I forgot what my page total was from last year. It was just over 300. But the good news is I already have committed to 2 and maybe 3 crops for next year, or for this year, sorry, because I didn't do any scrapbook crops this year. Normally I would do 3. We're just trying to decide whether I do 3 or not, depends on when one of them is. Okay, so I'm thinking I need to come in on this edge here a little bit, because I did with the other one. So we'll just do that. Come into that edge. And yeah, I was thinking more squared edges in that, but I really do like the way this looks. Okay, so that wasn't horrible. So again, tuck that arm. Kristen says she's a sucker for fussy cut florals. Yeah, they are beautiful. They're so beautiful. All right, so let's come back to this again. Now, I won't probably use this because this I want to to be the main focal point, but I can use other florals from that pack. There's plenty of them, so I'll probably do some of that. Let's take a look and see. At some point, okay, so I'm also going to change this border now because I was tucking this border in below this strip, but I want it to be even to that now. Okay, Kristen says she's thinking about a Me, Myself, and I album like Moira. Oh, that'd be cool to do. I, at one point, I grouped my albums like Stacy Julian groups hers with like people we know, things we do, places we go, that kind of a thing. And it was great, except when I started having so many, well, I didn't have the grandchildren, but when so many grandchildren came into my life, I couldn't remember if I had scrapped something. So I pulled them apart at that point. Okay. Hey, Tamara, good evening. You're not late, never late. And you know what they say, better late than never, right? So in case you guys are joining me, a little bit later into the process, I am scrapbooking a layout tonight with paper that is Christmas paper on a layout from July 3rd. So I decided to just challenge myself. That sounded like something fun to do. Thinking, there we go. It's a little hard. Don't want to cover too much of us up. But yeah, and this is a little crooked. I got this on just a little crooked. And I don't know if I'm going to be able to fix that now that I think about it, because those are stuck down pretty good. So I'll just deal with it. Because I don't... Oh, maybe I can get that up. Let's see. Look at that. It did come up. Okay, let's try this again. Hopefully this one will come up as easily. Okay. I was concentrating really hard, you guys. I couldn't talk. All right, let's make sure this is not, like, it's not crooked this time, as much as I can keep it that way anyway. Okay. So that's one nice thing about those Fiskars ones. They came up and they didn't take the paper with them. My photo must be a little bit crooked too. This is when I make everybody nervous. So if you're doing this, take it, when you're doing this, don't, I'm taking it off and going towards the center versus coming out. Because if I come out, a lot of times I will rip the paper and it will ruin it. Okay, that's better. One more thing here. This is crying to me for some inked edges. So and I'm going to use brown because I'm using some brown there. Oh, this will be fun. Silly me. Crying for inked edges, and I choose a layout that I'm fussy cutting tonight to do that on. So this is vintage photo from Tim Holtz from Ranger. Even though this is the same collection, it's so light. I like the definition that it gives to the paper. Notice how I'm avoiding inking the floral. And this time, if I hit the back of this, even though this is down, it's not going to be a big deal because it's brown. I like to live dangerously and ink my edges after I've gotten things glued down. At least this time it was only the back one. Okay. Almost done, guys. I think it's going to be fun to see what kind of embellishments I'm going to end up using here. Let's go. Yeah, there we go. Could bring it out here, but I like it this way a little bit. Yeah, and I think I'll do it so I can see the edges all around. Okay, so I'm not going to be crazy about this. So Tamara, the one big thing that you missed is that I challenged myself tonight to use a Christmas collection on a non-Christmas layout, including embellishments, to see what I could find. I may end up supplementing with other embellishments, but so far I'm going to just try to do it without that. So this is last year's Coca Vanilla Miriam Bright, which was one of my favorite collections last year. I did not use this in December Daily because this came out, or I saw it after I had already bought the main collection I used last year. Okay, there we go. And now So what I'm trying to do is not have any gaps of the peachy paper in there. And I can't glue down this edge over here because I want to be able to take that out. I know, isn't that crazy? We were talking, I think Barb and I were talking a little bit about that when I first started, that they don't look summery at all. So I'm playing with this a little bit. No, I want it like that. Yeah, if you look, there's a holly leaf in here, but you would never know that. And I think Cocoa Vanilla Studio is Australian, I think. That's why they look summery, now that I think about it. And probably why the collections from them their Christmas collections tend not to be just red and green. That would make sense. And this has a really awkward edge here that was showing through. So I'm going to get rid of that, I think. It's almost, here we go. It was almost a little bit too far. I didn't want it to go that far up because it was almost on top of my boyfriend's face there. Okay, so that looks good. I think I'll leave this room for a title up there. And I like how, like, they're coming a little bit off the edge here. I wish I could remember what collection oh, I know I have some wood letters. So let's see how those look. Oops. So, and then this right now is popping up. I can put that down there, and then I'll just leave that little bit up, and those edges will settle down in the scrapbook once it's on there. Let me grab my wood letters and see if I like those. So these are the cedar thickers. And I think I do like those. And I know you guys are all going, what is she doing? She has not put that on top of a piece of wax paper. I'm just going to go for it. We'll see how it works out. Kristen, did you mean to tell us all to log in? Let's see. Kind of like the way these are a little bit shadowy. And I probably could get the word match in here. So I'm going to try, I'm going to need to move this. This is why I like to use, but this will give me an idea of how much I need to move it. Okay. Like I said, my boyfriend golfs every day during the summer, so there was no way I was winning against him. And I used to golf. I actually come from a golfing family. My sister is a very good golfer. One of my nephews is a very good golfer. And my dad was a really, really good golfer when he was younger. But I was always an awful golfer, which is fine. But I haven't golfed a lot in 30 years. Oh, who am I kidding? 40 years since I was in high school. Okay. Kristen just said that's what she gets for typing without her glasses. I feel your pain. Actually, if I was typing without my glasses, that would have made 0 sense. I don't even know if I would have gotten words that looked like they were actual words at all. Okay. Well, I don't think I did too bad. The thing I like about these thickers is they're sticky, but you can move them around. Okay, so that is close enough for me. Now, if I don't find something that I want to journal with, I'm going to be okay with doing it like maybe down here or something like that is what I'm thinking. But I'm just wondering here if I could sneak a little journaling in here somewhere. So let me see if I like how this looks. I may not because of the floral, that tiny floral there may not work. And I'm liking this Oh What Fun banner. Actually, let's cut this off, the Oh What, like I said before, because it'll make it a little bit shorter. So I'm liking that. And then I'm just thinking about what we can do to add a little bit more floral in here. Let's get some that are a little bit darker here. Don't seem to have blue. Oh, here's a little bit. Here's a blue leaf though. Like that turquoisey color would be nice to have in here to kind of play off of what's going on with my top there. If I was running around in a shirt like that right now, I'd be freezing. Okay, one more. Okay, that's nice. So this flower is probably the closest to Christmas looking. Looks sort of like a poinsettia, but I don't think it looks all that much like a poinsettia. I probably need some green up in there to mimic that green that's down here. Oops. Now this is coming out. Let's see. Oh, I managed to take off my, somehow I managed to take off my photo corner there. Hold on a second, you guys. I'll grab one and put that back on there. The best part is I'm not quite sure where it went. Okay. I think I was trying to get some flowers under here. I'm liking the color of that, but not the shape. Let's see. Let me see if I have any other flowers in that shape. I have a Santa. Maybe go back to this one and see. Thanks, Barb. Me too. Love it. Barb said she's loving it. Okay, I'm going to take this off again. I'm sure that's what happened with the, okay. Oh, here's the other tab. Let's get this down and then I'll figure out how I'm going to arrange this. Maybe the smaller one up here too. Okay, I think that I'll play with these. I like the way they look. They're a little bit softer too. And then sometimes what I'll do, I don't know that I'll do this, but I'll pop like some of the other flowers I have into like this cluster back here. If I had more of some of these smaller ones, I'd probably do it because it just sort of kind of brings the two together, and maybe I will. We'll see if I can do it. I want to be able to see that mini golf. I think this now can go down, but I'm going to have to be careful because here's another trick. I'm layering, but that petal is in my way. So I'm just going to cut it because that's going to sit under this anyway. Okay, and this is coming off the layout a little bit. I like that. Oops. Careful about how far over that goes. Wait, it can go, I can put it on the, there we go. And then maybe just that. There we go. So I'd be careful to keep the adhesive on the bottom there. And then this way it gets rid of that. There's that peach corner that you can see. So there's one there. I was going to see if I had another one. I could pop this one in under here. Although that looks a little bit too much like holly to me. So I'm going to get rid of that. Oops. Pop that back under there. And now I kind of have a little bit of what's going on down here up here. And then back to that, can I like add in a little bit of something from up there? Then maybe, this is the other thing. Because I'll probably want something up here that works with that. And actually, I kind of like the way that one looks. I like that smaller flower there. So that now I have, I do this and I don't even realize what I'm doing. I have the rule of 3 going here. So kind of like that little Sweet Memories piece going in here too. Maybe down in there. And then is there maybe a third something that I could do? There is this little leaf. And I think I'll do that where I just bring this leaf up and over there. And what I can do if I want is I could pop these up. So let me grab a little bit of foam tape here and see how that looks. I think everything else will be good. I just don't know how this one's gonna look. So let me see if I like that popped up. Yeah, that's not bad, it's okay. So I'll just pop those up, get a little bit of that leaf on there. Yep. And then I need to ink this though before I forget. And then I think what I'm going to end up doing is just journal down here, right under this in a brown pen. I have done things where when I've created a frame like this, if it's white or light color, you can journal around the frame. Here it would be a little bit easier because I have things that are a little bit easier, a little bit harder because I have things that are coming off the layout, but otherwise that'd be pretty easy. That would be pretty easy to do. Got that on there already. Okay, bring this in here. I Paige Evans usually does a really nice mix of large and small flowers. And so I love to do this with hers. If I'm using one of her flat florals or a group of flat florals, I love to, die cuts, I love to mix them in and then pop them up. And here, because this is coming down below, I'm just gonna cut that off. And then I can use this. This is it. Still that giant roll of foam tape. I love how long these things last. All these die cuts are getting mixed into the same pack when I put everything away, because they're a little crazy right now. I also kind of like the fact that I am mixing in, and I forgot what I was going to say. Sorry, you guys. One of my friends says it was either a lie or not important. I'm going to go with it was not important. Fun to challenge yourself. And this is another way, I mean, this kind of started because Rachel and I did Christmas. I think I was talking about this a little earlier for those of you who have joined me since, that Rachel and I did a stash bash and we used Christmas product in December, at the beginning of December. But I used Christmas product, and I think I actually used this collection if I remember correctly. But I didn't do mine on a Christmas page on purpose. I wanted to challenge myself because I wanted to use up more of this collection because I have a lot of it left. And I won't have as many pictures this year. My grandkids were really sick. 2 of my grandkids were really sick Christmas week. So like when they opened their presents, I forgot to grab my camera because I was just dropping them off and lots of stuff like that. Okay, there we go. And I didn't even use any of those hearts. I had all those hearts I could have fallen back on. No 3x4 cards. I didn't use those, but I don't think I needed them. I'm going to let this edge and obviously this edge I need to let up in case I want to take that card apart. And then I'm thinking maybe some enamel dots. So let me grab, oh, actually, I think I want enamel dots. So my basket of Christmas stuff is still all together because I'm still scrapbooking Christmas. And I won't put it back into my stash or box it up in my Christmas box until I'm done with all my Christmas layouts. And I'm not anywhere near close to that yet. I haven't even printed most of the Christmas pictures. This is the collection I wanted to see if I could make this work. This is Altenew Tea Party. And I think I've talked about this, that Altenew is definitely my absolute favorite enamel dot right now. And a lot of it is because I'm looking for my tweezers. There it is. And a lot of it is because I think they do, there's so many of colors on a sheet. Yeah, this is going to look great. Okay, so I don't want that in the same position here because they would have been right across from each other. Maybe one over here. And I don't think I'm going to use the smallest one. I think this will get lost in that big floral cluster. Yeah, I'm going to go with another medium one here. So there we go. And then I'm not touching any of the edges here. Sometimes I'll do that. Tonight I'm floating them. So I don't want to touch the edge of that floral cluster. But I am touching paper edges. And then we need 3 up there. Maybe 1 out there. 1 down there. And 1 up here. Just gonna tape this edge down because I want that to look like that's more a part of it. All right, so ideally, I think if I had like a dark piece like this, I might put that up, or another smaller flower, but I don't, so I'm just going to leave it as it is up there. But I think that would have looked really cool. Do that. I just don't have anything small enough. There was only, I don't know if they actually came with just, where's my packages? Okay. And it's nice to know I have a Santa here. I'd totally forgotten about this because I've got a great picture of M number 3, my granddaughter with Santa. Yeah, actually there was another blue flower, but I don't have it. So there was 1 more smaller blue flower, but I've used it up already. Since there were only 2 of them. And it was that aqua color, so that's why I don't have it, I'm sure. All right, you guys, I think I'm done. And I really like how this turned out. There is no way that you would know that this came from a Christmas collection. You would have no idea unless I told you. Because you have to look really hard, other than the holly leaves. Because I used all the B-sides. So kind of remember that you might want to check your B-sides of your paper to see if you can use those for other layouts as well, especially if you're like me where you have a collection of Christmas that needs to start moving from your stash. I love the paper so much. I want it in my scrapbooks. I don't want it to sit out of my scrapbooks. I'm sorry, I'm hearing knocking, but it's not on my door, it's below me. Anyway, I live on a 2nd floor. So anyway, so if you have, I don't want to keep this so long that I don't like it anymore. I want to actually use my collection, this collection very much because, or I want to use it because I love it so much. So anyway, you guys, so that is tonight's layout using the Cocoa Vanilla Studio Merry and Bright. It was great to be back for a Friday night. I think I will be back here next Friday night. Right now, as far as I know, I'm definitely staying home a lot. Again, I'm not eating out or anything like that. So yeah, thanks, Tamra. Well, you guys take care. Have a great weekend. And if you guys are still working on December daily, besides me having December daily videos, I'll throw in another little advertisement. Kristen, who's Kristen Crafts on YouTube, has a channel as well, and she's still working on her December daily, but go back to the beginning because she is doing some really cool things in her December daily. So take care, you guys. Good night, everybody.